And now it is 9:05 a.m. and you see the empty restaurant La Boucherie and this truck, engine on. You have open trash container, and I'm continuing my conversation to Fabian Basabe about this energy harvesting and DAO method to launder money. So I live in a condominium, Golden Dreams condominium, and this condominium is one of 700 condominiums that supposedly was acquired in early 90s by several developers, and this was done from Resolution Trust Corporation after a failed loan and savings association. Several institutions failed there. They had very weak controls on the borrowing. Real estate developers and asset managers and debt collectors were acting as as one circle of business model. So I believe this was kind of developed throughout the decades after that. So now what happened is the city of Miami Beach and Miami-Dade and state of Florida, per our research, Cyber Money Laundering and Real Estate Investigations Corp, what we call this model, how it evolved, integrated cyber capture. This means that main systems that are responsible for the everyday lives of people have been tampered with and integrated for malicious purpose by one organization acting as a whole. And what makes it especially difficult, and this is a crisis-like situation, and this is why we are including you and petitioning Office of Cyber Director, National Cyber Director at the White House to declare a significant cyber event, because this organization utilized several laws, Florida laws as well. Not only they have tampered with and manipulated systems, government systems that are responsible for basically everyday life of people and businesses. So registration of people, registration of companies, that being Division of State, Secretary of State, SunBiz, then system portal which records deeds in Miami-Dade, deeds, mortgages, liens, leases, plat books. They have access to that. Then you have Miami Beach portals, government portals, which are responsible for the licensing, business licensing, permitting, construction plans, renovations. And now you have basically every digital touch point that you can think of, meaning from the time person decides to build a house, to build a commercial building, to pay property taxes, because they also have access, malicious integration, that's what we call, to Miami-Dade property tax appraisal portal. So you see how they are harvesting energy, because this truck has been there for 20 minutes now for no reason. A guy's walking around, the container is open, and this building all night long I hear like my bedroom is here, and that La Boucherie empty empty restaurant all night long. Such strong whistling, whining sounds from the air conditioners. They need high-speed servers for this DAO infrastructure, because this is where I'm leading. I'm trying to explain how this merges physical and cyber world, and why this is needed for the declaration of significant cyber event. What significant cyber event does? This is a federal law which allows Secretary of State, U.S. Secretary of Department of Homeland Security declare significant cyber event when there was series of cyber events, which you see this truck is harvesting energy from our building, this van. So the law says that when there are series of events, cyber events, which have a disruptive effect, then the Secretary of Department of Homeland Security, they are now putting pallets. This is Crescent Heights owned building, empty building, right? And these trash containers, you see, they are positioned in a certain way. Every morning at 5:40 a.m., a guy comes, he rearranges those containers and puts like 15 bags there. And then you have that same guy walking there to that building and turns on, something he's doing there, those server infrastructures. And then you have these six trash collection trucks coming throughout the day, and commercial vehicles, and stopping there and stopping here for 30-60 minutes. Always. I never saw a single patient here, and always the same type of pallets that are being delivered. See it there? Nothing else I saw. So maybe this truck is not for energy harvesting. Maybe this truck is actually for delivering of infrastructure for these server farms, illegal server farms. So continuing about the significant cyber event. So then, when this is determined, then the secretary can ask the National Cyber Director, in consultation with U.S. OMB, Office of Management Budget, to open the specific fund to recover the disrupted systems. So the systems that we have disrupted, those would be Secretary of State SunBiz portal, Miami-Dade property tax collector, county recorder, and property appraiser systems, as well court system, civil court system, and SunBiz, Secretary of State. So this is state level, right? So I just told you state, city, county, and the city being Miami Beach permitting portal, CSS, EnerGov, police dispatch, and code compliance dispatched. So what is going on here? Basically, these portals are used for unauthorized access to record backdated, forged company formation documents to record synthetic permits and licenses, which are not real. They have different variations of the property address, of names, of parcel numbers, and also the most concerning is the latest discovery, which is money laundering through foreclosure courts. And we are talking about these high rises and skyscrapers using DAO model, decentralized autonomous organizations. And one particular variation of this blockchain type of transaction model, which is used in real estate. This is when you have unincorporated DAO. So there are several types of DAOs. We have DAO as a cooperative, other regular DAO for LLC, and then you have DAO which is unincorporated, the unincorporated management structure. So what this is, so it is modeled after Florida law, which allows unincorporated associations to transact business in Florida. And that law was enabled in 1947. So in order to form business, you have to select a structure, which can be you can be LLC, you can be non-profit, you can be partnership, right? You can be profit corporation, you can be general partnership, limited partnership. And there is this law which was not ever changed, was established in 1947, which says that any unincorporated association can transact business in Florida by filing articles of association, not incorporation, with the Secretary of State. But there is another law which states that foreign corporation, foreign entity can transact business in Florida by filing application to transact business. However, transacting business is not defined. These activities are not defined as transacting business, which means defending or maintaining proceeding in any court, opening bank accounts, owning real estate, and engaging in real estate type of activities. So, what now this malicious organization? And malicious organization we are talking about this condominiums association, former condominium Golden Trees Condominium Association, Central Bank's executive Isabel Fine, Greenberg Traurig, which is one of the most famous and one of the biggest law companies, lobbies, and the majority of developers that now built the skyline of Bayfront. So now they evolved this unincorporated associations, which is unincorporated associations means that basically whoever owns stocks in different states, if they decided to join their powers, I mean their capital, the organization model, and define themselves as just association of stocks, so whomever holds stocks, then they are a corporate entity. And then they have their own operating agreement, and then if they want to transact in any state, they don't have to even like call themselves as Inc., LLC, incorporated company. They don't have to do it here in Florida. They don't have to file fictitious name. So now they evolved this model into the DAO. So now they are doing this with these blockchain type of transactions, right? Now they evolved into the court system, and we are seeing, these DAO type of organizations utilizing Miami-Dade Civil Court to launder money by filing these fake foreclosures on these high rises. And they are using money mule accounts for that. So fake fraudulent loan, sham foreclosure for the existing high rise for fake tenants, because you see like 30 unknown tenants. And we are going to present this finding to you and to the Secretary of Department of Homeland Security and National Cyber Director. And we will ask, see, you have this truck that comes and does energy harvesting, and you have 6 of them. There are small waste collection trucks that would be more appropriate, for this empty courtroom, which you saw in the beginning of the video. But they are not using those because they need to harvest energy. So now you understand why you have our city completely empty now. And now you understand why you see 4 leaves on the building. So buildings are empty, they are closed, and what you see, contact for lease opportunities. So we have fake tenants, right? Fake leases and illegal servers being, see, like he's trying as close as possible to my balcony for DAO type of money laundering. This guy likes to text and stand here sometimes for up to an hour, and he's not fired. He's not fired. No one wants to fire him. Like, I showed videos. This guy should be fired. So our city became a city of ghosts and city of hell, because now not only you have these all empty buildings which are closed with installed illegal servers for energy harvesting, but you also have police and full compliance now operating under those DAO models, because when you call code compliance and when you call the city police department, you get transferred to some suspicious line, because now that is also integrated with DAO model. Permitting system, court system, and 90% of the real estate developers that have built recent high rises in Miami-Dade, 90%, maybe 85, we will have more precise number, have filed forged corporate documents. And now most of condominiums at some point of time, they also have had forged documents filed. So you have most of condominiums, their official records tampered with. And what we are trying to prove here is that they are also running these shadow DAO systems. So there is a massive identity fraud and massive violation of United States Code Title 18, Section 1030, which is Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. The last thing that I wanted to note is the 45-day delay of recording amendments of LLCs and corporations in Florida. We have been pulling processing times from Department of State, Division of Corporations, Sunbase portal, and we see that Secretary of State is behind 45 days every single day for the past 4 months. So this now interferes with Bank Secrecy Act and United States financial systems, because in order for financial institutions to verify ownership and file suspicious report. See what's going on there? The guy is doing something with those trash containers. So they have to look into Sunbase portal, and that Sunbase portal is 45 days behind. So how can they verify? Now you will ask me, why is it like that? Here is the hypothesis that we have, which is called chain hopping in blockchain world. So, as a matter of fact, yesterday we had a system update on the Miami-Dade civil court system, and day after tomorrow we will have system update in Miami-Dade county recorder and controller systems. What we have noticed happening in 2023, since 2023, that every such update not only changes URL of the website, but also it inserts deeds and changes legal descriptions of parcels. Now, those 1,000 of liens that I commented on Fabian Basabe's introduced bill, since 2021, the city of Miami Beach was issuing liens like crazy to all the buildings, our condominium too, without no reason. I have emails where I'm begging the mayor to tell me, dear mayor, please tell me, what is $150 a day lien for almost a year on our condominium? Copying everyone, building department, city manager. Anyone I could, I would copy, and they would all ignore. I'm like, what is this? This is a lot of money. Dear mayor, can we meet with the ombudsman of Department of Business and Professional Regulation? Because what happened, the treasurer, condominium treasurer, one day she showed up and she, Unit 17 owner joined her, who filed fake bankruptcies. And they started knocking doors of our condominium units and telling that I called code compliance department because I called. They issued us this $150 a day violation lien, and no one knows what's about. So obviously I did not do this. Like I don't know, and I do not want to be paying that lien too, because everyone has to pay from their assessments. So the descriptions, the legal descriptions, are false. They have variations on those liens. So my theory is that those discrepancies are the indicators of DAO type of payment system, shadow banking system that the system that it uses. Now, to prove that, I will use my own case, because my name is being used now in Miami-Dade civil court for DAO type of money mule account and identity theft, money laundering. So by showing my own credit reports, my own mailed documentation, financial statements, I will prove that my case is DAO, and those fake foreclosures for the high rises are also DAOs. So this truck, I see it also coming here every single day, parked here for like 30 minutes, and I'm just repeating one more time. This building and that building is empty, and you have whistling and whining sounds coming from them. There are no people, except like a couple people who come to these containers in the morning and put those 15 bags. So this US food truck will stand there for 30 minutes every single day. To be continued. So now it is 9:36 a.m. I was recording video at 9:09 a.m. I just barely could place a stop on my video, and we see a second waste collection truck, right? We just had one driving back and forth, now it's second. So instead of small waste collection trucks that you will see in the end of the video, the one that doesn't stop, the white one, you have 6 of them in this small alley, which shows no business activity, no business or commercial activity, and completely empty building here, Golden Dreams, the servers installed for energy harvesting, right? In the units, and Miami mayor or building department or any federal government agency is willing to do anything about it. So here I am sending these videos. Hey, we do not need 6 waste collection trucks parked with engine on for 30-60 minutes, and no one cares. And no one cares that we have trucks connected to residential condominium. There are some cables, right? So anytime you can have like a disaster, and we have children in this condominium living, and we cannot get the mayor, the city manager, inspector general, no one cares. This is why this is dangerous. You have all these buildings completely empty with these, you know, funny, tragicomic police signs, wallpapers stating that this building is Miami Beach Development Agency. And then you have commissioners, Miami Beach commissioners, listing this as their source of income. So you want to know how this all happens? Why the theory is behind this $150 to $500 liens? Why this all works? So CoreLogic, now Cotality, has an access for, they are authorized vendor to record instruments on Miami-Dade County Recorder system, right? And they are also the system that does property tax payments on Miami-Dade tax collector systems. And now the suggested model of the system manipulation is event-triggered, cloud-based system. So you have all these buildings doing energy harvesting, and the notice of commencement is for this unincorporated association, which is acting as shadow subsidiary in condominiums. So in Golden Dreams condominium, if you look at the recorded instruments, you see several. One would state Golden Dreams Condominium Association, right? Four words. Then you have Golden Dreams Association, which is shadow subsidiary, and that's where you have these energy harvesting related activities. You know, this is that unincorporated association. Then you have Golden Dreams ASSN Inc., which is an entity registered at the Department of Business and Professional Regulation. This is another system that I did not mention that has been manipulated by malicious actors by this organization improperly. So, because they use the law which states that if the company is licensed on Department of Business and Professional Regulation, it does not have to file the fictitious name registration. So you have this shadow subsidiaries at each condominium, which are called ASSN Inc. in the end, which operate for money laundering purposes. So the process works like that. First, you have the, these servers installed in these empty buildings for energy harvesting. Then you have stocks issued by the association for that. Then you have these liens on these buildings and these units that do energy harvesting. So as soon as they record the lien, the recording becomes the event, because now all you have to do is for the core logic or totality have API integration with the county recorder, and this would be triggering event for DAO, because core logic or totality now is owned by private equity funds, Stone Point Capital, and Insight Partners. What they have there, all sorts of the municipal software, municipal asset management, tokenization, tax. So now you have this operational center, like a command center, where you can switch these vehicles. All you have to do is record the lien, and then that starts the chain. Now it is 9:58 a.m. This is the third waste collection truck. So I was just trying to post the video that I recorded, two separate videos that I recorded from 9:09 a.m. and then the one that happened at 9:30. And the third one comes. So you see, all day long you have non-stop of waste collection trucks coming here. Non-stop. Empty buildings. I will repeat, empty buildings. Empty containers. Empty buildings, empty containers. Waste collection trucks stopping at the same building every 5 minutes, driving back and forth. What do you think about that? Petition was sent to Miami Beach mayor many times. What do you think about that? So, the joke continues. The tragic comedy of Colin's Court continues. 10:18 a.m. Less than 15 minutes, maybe about 15 minutes after I stopped recording my third video, you have 4 waste collection trucks stopping there. So I'm going to now pause the video, and then I'm going to resume it to see when it continues. The prediction here is that the truck is going to stop there for 30 minutes there. It's going to continue here for 30 minutes, and then they are going to move. 10:29 a.m. The same truck parks at this location, moved from there 11 minutes here. I will resume the video then when it moves, and then the last video is taken from other day, showing which waste collection truck in white color should be actually used for the alley here, for this court, Collins Court, for empty apartments and empty buildings, because there is no need, no practical need for 4 to 6 waste collection trucks being placed here in 2-hour period. .42 a.m. We have no notice of commencement to signal that there is some type of work being done here. So this truck, whatever they are going to do now in Golden Dreams condominium, residents, owners have not been notified. Most of condominiums in Miami Beach in recent years, they had all sorts of work being done. Re-roof railings, windows and doors replacement, and this all looks like a part of coordinated scheme for the energy harvesting, illegal infrastructure, and money laundering. empty. So 4 waste collection trucks picking up empty containers from empty buildings at 65 Washington Avenue, 75 Washington Avenue, 42 Collins Avenue, 81 Washington Avenue, 230 First Street, Miami Beach, Florida. Now it is 11:11 a.m. and at 9:09 a.m. you saw the same US food truck parked at the same place when I started recording the first video. Now you have US food truck one more time at the same place, exactly 2 hours apart. So the theory here is that the first one was not for the US food. Something very suspicious here. Do you agree? How about switch of infrastructure? For energy harvesting that's taking place here. Now it is 11:15 a.m. So every time I try to post this video on YouTube, 5 times in a row, there is a new waste collection truck. So at 9:09 I started recording the first waste collection truck in this alley, right? 9:09, and I recorded, this is the 5th video. Every time I post, I stop the video thinking about posting it on YouTube, and obviously this will be submitted to IRS reward for IRS form 211 reward. So every time I tried to post this video on YouTube, a new collection truck came. So 5th waste collection truck in 66 minutes, because I started at 9:09 a.m. and 11:15 a.m. This is 5th. Miami Beach Mayor Stephen Miner was petitioned by us to reduce number of trucks. Empty. They collected empty containers. The cough starts again. So I started having like cough issues and skin issues once we started. I begged the mayor to stop this. Now they stop here. A sign from the middle finger. What is that? See, empty.